I hear an ancient voice whispering from the void, and it chills my lightless heart.
G'day guys, Duckville here. We're going to have a look at a replay from the Korean ladder. This one is going to be between a Zerg and a Protoss here on Scrap Station. We've got over on this side here across on the easterly 3 o'clock, that side of the map, we've got our Zerg player here. His name sort of translates out to Savior in Korean, the actual word for Savior, I believe. I really think so. Some of the Korean bros, please correct me if you're actually watching this replay, but either way, this player, let's pretend he actually is the real Savior. Obviously it's not, so Brood War fanboys, please make sure you don't actually need a cigarette or something like that from seeing a replay with Savior, because I'm pretty sure it isn't. Either way, he is going to be up against, and literally up at the 12 o'clock, he's going to be up against ChiTaPrime, who's from the Prime clan, of course. Very highly featured clan in the GSL. We see Pulp Prime, we see a Maca Prime, we see all sorts of primes all over the place, Czech Prime, blah blah blah, all of them. So this is going to be quite an interesting game, because I do have a couple of other replays of ChiTaPrime, and he's generally quite good. I just haven't actually cast them because they weren't outstandingly good. So either way, we should see something fun here from ChiTaPrime. This map obviously favours fast expanding for both races. You can of course fast expand as a Zerg here with not too many problems. Because the natural is so easy to get to, and it's generally quite well defended at the start. The only thing blocking is this destructible debris. And of course Protoss can also fast expand. You can do a sort of like a pylon and a forge and some other junk to block off this position here, and then you can actually come across to the natural, and you can actually get the Nexus rolling there. But it looks as if we do see, I think that was a pylon that got cancelled there from ChiTaPrime, and he's going to put down a forge, so we're going to see some cannon shenanigans here. And as we can see, Savior is obviously going to see it, given that his Overlord is hovering over here just checking out what's going on. And I believe, there we are, we've got a pylon here from ChiTaPrime at the natural. I do not think that Savior actually knows that this probe is actually here at all. He's obviously not going to know that the pylon's there because it's just out of range. But he's coming down to check now with a drone, and he's going to see a pylon, which is obviously blocking off this little position here. This is very much something you would see in Brood War back in the day. This is a lot more used in Brood War because there was generally no actual way to get back behind the minerals once this sort of thing was actually completed. So very much a Brood War style tactic that we are seeing here today. And it looks as if ChiTaPrime's actually got a probe coming in here to scout out what the reaction is. So the reaction for Savior at the moment is actually to get out a roach warren. So he's going to get some roaches pumping out. Do not think it will be too many roaches, because he's actually only got just the one extractor down at the moment. Sorry, I'm kind of losing my voice at the moment. But of course, he's obviously quite stuck for minerals and gas at the moment, given that, well, in the future he will be quite stuck because he does not have this natural expansion up. This cannon is obviously going to protect it for a while until some hydras or roaches come out to actually block it. So we do see a cybernetics core just completing now. I think we'll get the warp gate tech on the way. Yes indeed we do, and we do have a second gateway here as well from ChiTaPrime. So we do have the secondary reaction from Savior is actually to come down here and take this hatchery at the gold expansion. There is a probe here, and of course Savior's actually going to know that this is done, so he's going to need to be very well prepared. So he's going to need to be very careful with what he does at this hatchery. He's probably going to need to get some spine crawlers up, or the emu defense as I like to call it. The Australians will know what I'm talking about. Yeah, you guys are loving it. So we'll see what happens. Looks as if the other thing that ChiTaPrime wants to do is actually get a Twilight Council up. Now I know I'm looking at the Zerg base, so let's quickly have a look at the Protoss base of the Twilight Council. No probes on this gas. There you go, he's finally got it. But the Twilight Council is now done, and we'll see what he does with that, because of course he can switch over to DTs or in fact High Templar. High Templar are quite potent on this map, given that there are these sort of very narrow chokes obviously right through the middle here in this this bridge that goes across the middle. You can storm all the way to next Tuesday and you will just rip up any units that are in there. And it looks, speaking of up. It looks as if this roach has come across to try and take out this this pylon cannon wall. But it looks as if he's not actually going to be able to get in range because this cannon is on the ball and shooting little plasma balls all over the place. So he's definitely going to keep that alive just for the moment. He wants this. I think this. What he's also doing, what Savior is actually doing as well, is just keeping an eye on what is actually going on, if there's any warping going on. So that's quite a very clever tactic there, and it looks as if Savior, meanwhile, is going to try and poke in and see what forces ChiTaPrime actually has at the moment. So we actually see a Dark Shrine going up for ChiTaPrime, so he's going to get the DT tech rolling. Now, the difference between this and the Templar tech, as we said, gives you a lot of army presence when you're actually just storming away and just absolutely ripping apart Zerg units, especially things like Mutas and Zerglings. But the DTs actually give you a lot more map presence, because if the Zerg wants to move out, he's going to need an Overseer. Otherwise, your DT is going to make an absolute barbecue of your Lings and Hydras, that sort of thing, and obviously Roaches to some extent as well, but it takes a little bit longer for them. So we got a probe transfer going on down here. We got a couple of probes just moving across to this natural, which is all done now, and a couple of probes are going to come pumping out shortly. And I don't believe has he actually seen it? I'm not actually sure. No, he hasn't yet. So the Dark Shrine is now done, and it looks as if we have one DT coming here. I don't think that can be seen. No, well, he can sort of see it. You can't actually see the animation. I did not know that. But 3 DTs come out from ChiTaPrime, so he's going to run in here and cause some mischief, and we'll have a look at exactly what he can do in this base, because I'm not really sure. Yeah, there's actually a Spore Crawler is done here. I saw a couple of them on the production screen, so there is actually another one in production, as you can see here as well. But it looks as if these DTs are not going to be able to get into the mineral line and cause all of the havoc that they would want to. But what they can do is take out this Evo chamber, and I hope he cancels that. No, he doesn't actually cancel the +1 to ranged upgrade, but an Overseer is now here. The Overseer is going to provide the detection for those DTs, and 2 of the DTs go down, sounding like old men bending over to pick up a coin, and both of them have actually gone down now. So this one DT is going to hang around in the middle of the map, providing a little bit of a cut-off for some of the reinforcements. If he can pick off some of the Zerglings, that'll be really awesome for ChiTaPrime. And it looks as if a couple more DTs have actually warped in up here, and they are actually going straight for this natural. I'm not sure if he knows that it's all undefended, but let's just have a quick look down here at the gold expansion. We've got these Stalkers and Zealots sort of caught in a bad position. There's a lot of Lings there, and obviously a lot of Roaches coming in as well. But as you can see back here at the Zerg base, these DTs are going to town. They are having a party, and all of these drones are not invited. And that is all of those drones gone. Let's just have a quick look if I can actually click on them, if these stupid overlords will get out of the way. We've got a Templar with 10 kills. We got the other one with 10, and these guys are just going to have an absolute field day here at the natural. And it looks as if the only thing that Savior can do for the moment is to just sort of all in, send all of his Roaches, send a buttload of reinforcements along us. We can see on the production tab there is no more drones coming out of the lava there, that we've just got Roaches and Speedlings coming. And of course this Overseer is just hanging out, just seeing what's going on. What's cracking, guys? I'm just going to hang up here and do nothing at all. But there are no DTs, so he can actually go home. We'll see what happens. We have some shots on this pylon, and the pylon actually almost goes down, but it looks as if Savior actually got distracted just at the last second. As you can see here, this battle is raging here at the ramp, and of course some of these units from Savior are actually getting stuck on the ramp, which is in no way helping his cause. And as you can see, the Roaches are getting picked apart by those Stalkers. So if we just have a quick look back here at Savior's base, no drones. There are a couple of Roaches which have been built up to perhaps defend if any more DTs come in, but nothing is here just for the moment, because every warp-in is being spent on these Stalkers, because as you can see, the Stalkers are slowly getting whittled down, but it looks as if there's just not enough of the Roaches to actually come in here and finish a push. So I would say that is actually sort of the timing of where you would think a GG would come. But of course, because he does have the gold base, he actually has a decent income, so he's still sitting on around about 800 minerals against ChiTaPrime's 1300, which of course is quite a deficit. But we have a DT coming in here, 2 kills, 3 kills, 4 kills more give me some drones, come on. And he's going to hack away. We'll kill a couple of Zerglings as well, just whacking away at this Roach. Roach does not have any trouble with dispatching that DT, so the DT coming in causing a lot of trouble there. And here we can see the benefit of how ChiTaPrime is played here, and obviously the slight flaw in the decision to take the gold instead of just recapturing the natural, in that ChiTaPrime can just wander around the map. He can warp in units here, as you can see, he's just warping in units and sending them up to this main base, and it looks as if this spawning pool is going to go down perhaps, I'm not sure. He's got blink, so we may see just a blink out there, and he does indeed. So, as I was saying, we've just got a lot more map dominance and a lot more map presence, not only because ChiTaPrime, of course, has a massive economy, a massive production advantage over his opponent, but also because his opponent has to sit here at this one base and then come all the way back to this base if he wants to defend this one. So we'll probably see, he's going to try and re-tech. He's going to need a spawning pool firstly, I believe, but he's not going to get it just yet. But it looks as if we've got some more Stalkers are going to come in here. Perhaps they are going to finish off this hatchery. I think they will. But over here at ChiTaPrime's base, he's got a couple of cannons on the way because there is a counter-attack from Saviour. He's going to come in here. He's got a whole bunch of roaches and a couple of lings here. There are some more roaches coming on the way from the gold expansion, but I just do not see this being enough at all. Despite the fact that these roaches are here and they are doing a lot of great damage, I don't think they're going to be able to come in here and actually finish off the game. So we will just see what happens here. I'm just going to make sure this is busy. Yes, it is indeed busy. And there we are. So these roaches are going to come in here. They're going to cause a little bit of damage to the economy of ChiTaPrime. But ChiTaPrime, obviously, a bit of a weird warp in there. Who warps in right next to the roaches when they're running around causing all sorts of havoc? I'm not sure. But a couple of the Stalkers go down. He blinks them away, which is decent enough. And now he actually has some supporting Stalkers coming in here. And these Stalkers are probably going to finish this one off because there are just not enough roaches to provide any sort of reciprocity for Saviour. So nice little blink micro there by ChiTaPrime. He's going to warp in some more units, and I would say this is going to be it because that was just a fantastic play by ChiTaPrime. He's controlled the map quite nicely. He's obviously controlled this natural, which has essentially won him the whole game. And these roaches come in here, and then we get the WW, and that is it. We get the GG from Saviour, so that was a great little game there from ChiTaPrime, especially obviously doing a great job attacking this, preventing this natural quite early, making sure that the Zerg cannot get off to a great eco start that they love to do, which of course means that they can get more units, which of course means they can defend properly, and Saviour making the, I suppose, questionable decision. It was initially a good decision to take this because you can get into a great economy position if you defend correctly. So the problem was that Saviour had no way to keep the map dominance because of course the DTs are out. Make sure, if you want to see some more ChiTaPrime, as I said, I've got some more stuff from ChiTaPrime. He does do some interesting things sometimes. Let me know and I'll get some more casts going of ChiTaPrime. In the meantime, we'll get some normal casts going up shortly. Thank you very much, guys. Make sure you leave some comments and feedback and click the subscribe button. Cheers.